refugees. Does anybody know what is a refugee?
Oh, it means like when people are fleeing and escaping and hiding.
Right. This is one of the first neighborhoods they're put in when they come to Dallas. When they leave their country because they have to run away from a war, and then they come to another country, they stay there, and then they get assigned to, the lucky ones get assigned to come either to America, Australia, and a couple of other little countries. So this is the place in Dallas. Dallas is one of the #1 cities that receives refugees. And guess what? 50% of them are Muslims. So that's why we built this center, because we don't want them to forget about their Islam or to see that there is no place for Muslims, because actually one of the refugees told me, they told us in the refugee camp that there's no mosques in America. Can you believe that? He said, I came here, I found people praying, having masjid, I couldn't believe it. So, we built this in their neighborhood because a lot of them, they don't have cars when they arrive. And especially the women and the children, they're at home, like if their husband goes to a job, they have to be able just to walk. And we have all kinds of other services for them here. We have, there's English classes, there's a clinic, there's the big hospital, there's trains and buses. And that's how come this place is here in this neighborhood. Okay, how does this place work? This is the men's prayer area. We have Friday prayer here every Friday. And next door is a sister's prayer area. And you see we have speakers in the ceiling. And this is where the khatib makes the khutbah from here. And then the sisters can hear it on the other side. And we're in the process of getting a camera so that the sisters will be able to see the khatib. But everything takes time and money. Right? So, we just opened this on Wednesday because we just got permission from the city of Dallas to open, so that came Wednesday, alhamdulillah. Okay, now just one story and then we'll go on to distribution. Okay, well, how much time you got? What time you got to go back to school?
By an hour, after an hour.
After an hour. Okay, one story and then we'll go distribute the stuff.
Okay, good.
Okay. I was here on Wednesday. Now, this is a good story, but I got to hear this. I was here on Wednesday, and I was waiting for the inspector to come from the city of Dallas. And so I was very nervous because I really wanted to just have the city done and just be able to use my building however I need it. Not my building, everything belongs to Allah, okay? So anyhow, this lady called me on the phone. I wasn't going to answer the phone because I didn't have time. I was waiting for the inspector. Okay, so I answered the phone call. It was this lady, and she's very poor. And she said to me, I have nothing in my apartment. I don't have anything to eat. Please, can you help me? And I was like, well, you know, maybe I'm going to get some money like next week, and I'm supposed to get this other check, and you know, I just don't really know, you know, about today. And I felt very bad because I know I've been to her place and she's got nothing. She's the only member of her family here. She got refugee status to America and she's here like to earn the money. She has to send it home, this sort of thing. Okay, so she said, well, can I come over and talk to you? And I was like, I don't know if I should let somebody come because you're not supposed to have anybody on the property before you get the permission from the city or whatever. And I said, okay, you can come over and talk to me if you want. Okay, so she comes over here and then she repeats to me again. She's like, you know, please, you know, I have nothing. I don't have any food to eat and I have nothing in my apartment. And just like right around the same time, a person that I know came in and he said, Sister Amira, I promised you I was going to give you $200. Here's the money. To take this money, please help a poor person. So then I was able to take part of that money and help that poor person. So I just want to tell you the moral to the story is Allah hears everything you're saying. I mean, can you imagine, I mean, angels and Allah were hearing what that lady was asking. And I didn't have any way to help her. And this person I wasn't even expecting, he doesn't even know who is that person I'm talking to, nothing. Just he came in at that moment and gave me money, and I was able to give to that person. I was just Allah's instrument. That person had the wish to help a poor person. I knew that poor person, and I was able to help. And the same goes for you guys today. Now you come, these people, they don't know we're coming to their doors to bring them anything. So you're also Allah's instrument, and that's the moral to the story is Allah is watching you, Allah is listening to you, Allah is seeing what you do, and
Takbir.
Accept your intention for being here.
Takbir. May Allah bless you,
And
sister.
one more thing, how this building works. Okay, this is men's prayer area, that's women's prayer area. That's also like my office, and this is like also community room when it's not prayer time. So we have 4 apartments. There's 1 on the end and 3 upstairs. The rent from those apartments goes for supporting the community activities in this musalla. It's a musalla, it's not mosque, it's a musalla. So just to let you know, that's the theory, that's how we're trying to run this, is that we have its own revenue generating, and I don't have to invite you to an annual fundraiser. Inshallah. So that's how this place works. Any questions before we get started? Yeah.
Do you ask them money, like, do they pay you?
I don't understand what you're talking
Like, where do you get the money from?
No, do they have to pay to live with or something?
about. Yeah, everybody pays for their apartment. When they first get here, they have an agency that helps them, either Catholic Charities, Refugee Services of North Texas, or International Rescue Committee. They help them for the first few months. They get money from the government, and then they channel through the agencies. They help them set up their apartments and get a job. So that's how that works. And then they get on their own, and then they start paying for themselves. Yes, sir.
What thing motivated you to do this charity work?
What motivated me? I guess it has to do with maybe something from my past, because maybe in the past, I didn't have anything, and sometimes I didn't have something to eat, and then after I accepted Islam, Allah gave me a lot of bounty, and I just want to pass it on to other people. And I have motivation every day when I get up. I've been doing it for like 8 years, and I just wake up and keep doing it. Allah gives me the energy.
Alhamdulillah.
Where did they get the money from?
Oh, good question. Okay. First of all, this building was here. It was 6 condominiums. Now, what does condominium mean? That means that each person owns their apartment. You don't pay rent. You bought it with your own money. Okay, so when we decided we wanted a building in this area, we saw this building, and there was like 1 or 2 units for sale. So we bought the first one, and then we bought another one from the other one. We bought another one from another guy who wanted to sell, and then from another one who wanted to sell here. Then the building burned down. It burned down.
Oh.
Arson. That's another story we'll leave for later. Okay, this is a neighborhood that has like bad people in it, and so there was bad people living here, and so they got into some kind of fight because of drugs, and they started the fire. They put gasoline on it and burned it down. Okay, so we had insurance money because the building was insured.
Alhamdulillah.
So we had maybe about 3/4 of the money to build a new building. And then the 2 people in the units that were still left after the fire sold their units to us. I mean, of course, there was nothing there, but they sold their interest in the building to us, and we got the whole building. Took about 2-3 years to do that. So we had insurance money, and then alhamdulillah, my husband put a lot of his own money. And then we had a few small private donations to make the prayer areas. That's where the money came from.
Does the city have any part of this?
No, only the city has to give you like a fire marshal has to come and make sure you got the smoke detectors. We had to put a sprinkler system, and then they got to come and make sure all the building structure is sound so that, it won't fall down or anything.
That's good.
So that's it, then they're out, and the city's out.
Okay, that's enough for
And
now.
we have to pay
One more
tax.
question for Brother Khalid, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause we need to go.
The tax man's here every year. Yes.
That's a great job. I have 2 questions. Number 1, I'd like to come back to that. We're very knows about this. That's number one. Number two, is there any activities like for the refugees, families, kids?
Yes, we have a weekend school. On Saturdays and Sundays, we have Quran school. They learn Quran, Islamic studies, and Arabic. It's Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 12. So yes, that's our youth activity.
You can find it on YouTube. I put it over
It's
there.
on YouTube.